I met David around, I met David Garza probably around 2001 out in Los Angeles, because I remember I was still underaged, and we were playing Largo, this club that he frequents a lot in Los Angeles. And so, you know, I became acquainted with Overdub, this record that he made a long time ago, and many of the records that he's made since. And there's just something really convincing about his songwriting, where you feel like he totally believes it, and he's living the life. He's doing it because it's just what he does. And you can't say that about a lot of songwriters, you know. And it's really refreshing. It kicks you a little bit more. It kicks me a little bit more. And so yeah, I've learned a bunch of his songs. I love his songwriting. Too Much. I recorded Too Much on my record. I've covered this other one that he does called Kinder, and which is on this Euphorium, the record before Overdub. And I've sort of messed around with other ones, but he's a great songwriter. And there are a lot of people that I met out in Largo in that scene that have really changed my outlook on music, because I came from a pretty insulated world of bluegrass and bluegrass related things, and just things that Nickel Creek was involved in. And then whatever I was hearing on the radio or happened to find, you know, at a festival. And then all of a sudden at Largo, I saw this musical experience that I thought was pretty exclusive to bluegrass, where you just go up on stage and you play and you improvise and you play songs you don't really know. Or maybe I don't do that. Maybe, you know, you don't do it, but like John Bryan does that and David does that, and so many of the people would go up there, like Elliott Smith, and just play songs, and Fiona Apple singing standards and just killing it. And these are musicians that I wouldn't, you know, you don't think of a lot of rock musicians as doing that and as being involved in music in that way, or at least I didn't. I felt like improvisation, and that was like a jazz thing or a studio person thing, but you don't really think of a lot of rock musicians as doing that. You know, like Dave Grohl is one of the guys who's the exception to the rule, and a lot of the top musicians are just, you know, they can do that. And it was really fun at Largo to see that in a small room with like one monitor mix and a few microphones, and see this whole different kind of music being portrayed in a way that was really accessible to me, because I saw it through. I thought it was limited to this world that I was involved in, stupidly, but I was, you know, young, so, you know, it was a really big eye-opening experience for me. And since then, a lot of the songwriters who I've met through Largo and through, you know, other branches in Los Angeles have, I've just sort of fallen in love with their songwriting and with that whole aspect of music. How's that for a rambling answer?